Did you ever wake up one day and feel like something was off in your body? Did you ignore it until it became unbearable? And when you finally made it in to see a doctor, they didn't know what was wrong. So they referred you to a specialist. And perhaps the specialist didn't know either. So they referred you to another specialist. Eventually, were you told, just keep an eye on it, come back in a few months if you see or feel something different? It can take nearly a decade to correctly and accurately diagnose and treat chronic diseases. It can take almost 6 months to diagnose cancer, 11 years to diagnose mental health conditions, and 8 years to diagnose IBD. And once you've identified these issues, treating each of these, well, that can take the rest of your life. Why? Because currently, doctors are only able to use 3% of the available science to make decisions on your health. Imagine driving down the highway at 60 miles per hour and only being able to see through a pin-sized hole. This is the equivalent of the doctor's vision of your health at 3%. There are 2 reasons for this critical knowledge gap. First, doctors work in specialized silos, and they use formulaic protocols, meaning if you have symptom A, you get treatment B. If the treatment doesn't work and they're not sure what to do, they'll refer you to a specialist. Second, the annual physical that you receive today was designed in the late 1800s. At the time, it was an epiphany. The idea of early detection for diseases like tuberculosis was groundbreaking. And we later evolved to also measure height, weight, and blood pressure. But today, we can analyze your DNA, your microbiome, your environment, making those basic measures seem surface level at best. And the implication of these surface level measurements is deadly. In the US alone, a staggering 800,000 people die or are severely disabled due to medical error and misdiagnosis. It's not the doctor's fault. Let's imagine the doctor. It would take a physician a lifetime to manually collect and analyze your data against all of the science that's health relevant to your constantly changing body. It's impossible. Because your body today is not what it was when you were 2 or 10 or 20, or what it will be when you're 90. And solving your health issues holistically and for a lifetime requires the Herculean task of decoding the intricate intelligence of your unique and constantly changing body. For me, it's personal. It was a Monday when I got a call from my doctor. I had breast cancer. About a year prior, I felt something, and it didn't go away. And it took me 7 months and 3 different doctors before I was finally diagnosed. The next 48 hours were a blur as I raced to understand and develop a plan for my condition. Luckily, I'm a scientist. I was part of the Human Genome Project. I ran a successful lab at Harvard where I developed multiple gene therapies to treat many forms of blindness. I understand how our body works on a molecular level. I knew where to look and what to look for to understand my health condition. The initial medical recommendation was a generic protocol. Get a lumpectomy and come back in 6 months. I declined the protocol. Based on the analysis I performed of my health data against all of the science data available at that time, I knew a lumpectomy will not rid my body of cancer. No, I said. I want a double mastectomy as soon as possible. The surgery confirmed my hypothesis. My analysis justified my pushback. I had multiple types of cancer in both breasts, and it has spread to the lymph nodes. So had I listened to their plan for me, I would have had less than 6 months to live. So this practice of making recommendations based on incomplete patient data analysis and this protocol of come back in a few months if you feel anything is not only reactive, it's a prescription for failure. Unfortunately, that's how our healthcare works today. Wait until there's a problem, until it's too late, and then come in and hope they get it right for you. We are not in healthcare. We're in crisis care. I know what you're thinking. What about me? I don't know where to look. I don't know what to look for. How do I ensure that we'll get the right health plan for me when I need it? We are in a moment in time where science and technology have the power to transform healthcare from crisis care, managing diseases for survival, to predicting, preventing, and healing our diseases so that we can truly thrive. By using the power and all of the science available and using the power of AI, we can harness this information for personalized medical care. Today, we can analyze your DNA, your microbiome, your environment, and determine how all of that is informing your health. And from that analysis, we can develop a precise, predictive, preventative health plan. You get a wellness plan that's just right, personalized for just you. How? Instead of the hundreds of measurements currently analyzed in your physical, we can now analyze the billions and trillions of your unique health data. And while a single human mind cannot compute, process, analyze all of this information for an individualized health plan, AI can. So with the help of AI, we can create what we call your molecular twin. Your molecular twin is you at a molecular level, how your body works with instruction from your DNA, your microbiome, and environment. To create your molecular twin, we analyze your DNA by the billions, your proteins, your microbiome by the trillions. We combine that with your macro data. That's your lifestyle and your environment. And push that information using an AI engine against all health science data available. And what results is a live, dynamic, precise picture of your health. That's your molecular twin. This is my molecular twin. She helps my doctors and I understand how to heal my body of asthma, psoriasis, and cancer. She was the guinea pig, not me. And when we needed to develop a right treatment plan, I did not get a generic plan. What I got was a personalized, precise plan with the least side effects. To understand the profound power of your molecular twin, consider this. Your DNA codes for 100,000 proteins. They work in tens of thousands of networks at any given time in every organ. Your DNA, your microbiome, and these interacting networks are dynamic, meaning they're constantly changing and evolving with input from your environment. That's why it's next to impossible for a physician to isolate the health issue and develop a personalized plan for our health. It requires the integrative analysis of your entire body. That variables are measured in billions and trillions, not tens and hundreds. So now imagine the 21st century annual physical using your molecular twin. You go to the lab in the clinic a couple of weeks before your physical. You give your DNA and blood sample and fecal. The lab analyzes your data and generates your molecular twin, modeling your infinite biological complexity. Your doctors can now query your molecular twin and ask, is this the right nutrition, dose, treatment plan? Analysis of your molecular twin reveals issues, like if you have allergies to shellfish, neurological conditions, cancer, diseases that, when predicted in advance, can be prevented and proactively treated. Your doctors and specialists are now empowered to treat you holistically and proactively. That's how they get it just right for just you. Physician access to a molecular twin transforms our healthcare from crisis care, reactive care that is generic and ineffective, to proactive, preventative care that is accurate and effective. Physicians will finally be able to actualize precision medicine. And in that 15 minutes they get to evaluate your health, you get to discuss your wellness plan, because your molecular twin already helped them determine the best treatment plan. You are no longer a guinea pig. Generating your molecular twin annually allows your doctors, physicians' assistants, nurse practitioners to make the best health decisions for you. Not a short-term fix, not a Band-Aid reacting to a symptom you told them about, but a clinical, measurable, actionable decision that puts you on track for being your healthiest. Now imagine leaving the doctor's office elated. You have a clear plan for living a healthy, vibrant life, and you can get on with the business of living rather than the business of managing your health. However long I live, I want to live it well. Thank you. Yes. I want to garden, paint, travel the world, sit by the ocean and read a book, and play actively with my future grandchildren well into my 90s. I want to make my own meals and drive my own car and live independently and healthy for as long as I'm alive. I want to feel vibrant, engaged, and thriving at every age. We can all live our best lives at every age. Are you living your best life? Are your parents and grandparents living their best life? It's time to shift our standard of care. Let's empower doctors with 21st century science and technology. We can predict, prevent, and avoid diseases, and there is no human this can't help. Thank you very much.